Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh, and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here or you haven't subscribed to this channel, please go straight to the subscribe button and click on it. Very importantly, help encourage this channel by clicking on the like button below as well. Exclusive: Nigerian Divisional Police Officer exposes corruption, shocking lack of funds, says divisions allocated 15,000 naira to run stations for 3 months, some with zero allocation. In an exclusive interview with Sahara reporters, the DPO revealed that divisional police offices across the country are forced to operate on a measured quarterly budget of just 15,000 naira to 30,000 naira. A divisional police officer (DPO) has blown the whistle on the endemic corruption plaguing the Nigerian police force. In an exclusive interview with Sahara reporters, the DPO revealed that divisional police offices across the country are forced to operate on a major quarterly budget of just 15,000 naira to 30,000 naira. The parsley funding, the DPO suggests, creates an environment where corruption can thrive. With insufficient resources, police officers may be tempted to engage in corrupt practices to make ends meet. The DPO further disclosed that the majority of police divisions run on zero allocation, noting that the affected divisions were not recognized by the force headquarters and therefore their running costs are not captured in the budget. He asserted that it is practically impossible to eliminate corruption within the force, adding that all police stations in the country were being sustained with proceeds of corruption. When the police high command tells citizens that bail is free or don't bribe a policeman, they are simply mocking you because they know how situations will compel you to give bribe or pay for bail, the DPO said. It therefore called for holistic overhauling of a system, adding that only country with corrupt and weak police does not have a future. Now tell me, how many can resist bail payment considering the poor condition of police detention facilities? How many can endure to stay in police detention until they are charged to court? I'm giving you verifiable facts. Divisional police offices in this country collect 15,000 naira to 30,000 naira once in 3 or 4 months, depending on strategic jurisdiction. This is for those divisions with quarterly allocation. There are those without a single kobo as allocation, and they also have to operate. This category of divisions are being created to decentralize and bring the police close to the grassroots. Now, come to think of it, you give me 15,000 naira or 30,000 naira on a quarterly basis to run a police division that has at least 4 patrol vehicles, and I'm expected to fill those vehicles to patrol the area of jurisdiction for 3 months with 15,000 naira. That's a huge joke. Besides fueling, I'm expected to maintain those vehicles from the same money, then to buy stationaries, provide utility and other essentials to keep the station functional. How possible is that? From a humanitarian angle, you are with suspects in a cell who don't have a relation to provide them food. What do? How do you feed them from the same 15,000 naira or 30,000 naira quarterly allocation? That's why when someone goes to a station as a nominal complainant or even as a suspect, they are asked to bring money to buy stationery for statements. It has to be so because as a DPO, I cannot fall back on my bank account to do the job. That's why we resort to bail monies and other proceeds. Therefore, If someone sits comfortably in a rocking chair at the force headquarters and tells you bail is free, they are just mocking you. They know it's not free, and it can be free, not under the present circumstances, the DPO said. He urged the National Assembly to launch an inquiry into police budget spendings, particularly allocations to divisional police offices in the country. He, however, expressed optimism that there could be a turnaround if stakeholders comprising the media, civic society groups, country's parliament, judiciary, and indeed the presidency would join forces to address corruption at the level of a police top command. As of the time of filing this report, Sahara reporters could not reach the force headquarters for comments regarding the revelations made by the DPO. Force spokesperson ACP Muyiwa Adejobi did not answer his calls or reply to a text message sent to him. What are your thoughts? Please let's have them in the comment section below. Imagine this interview is coming from a DPO, a policeman himself, so he cannot be lying. This is what, this is what is considered an internal information. Every policeman would even have this information. But because of his interview, he's speaking his mind, which is also why his name is not even mentioned, because we know that his bosses would not be happy with this interview. Imagine getting 15,000 naira to 30,000 naira to run a police station. Please, how will they not fall back on collecting bribes? And you are saying bail is free. You heard what I read. It said if somebody is sitting in his office in Abuja in a chair, executive chair, telling you that bail is free and you believe you're on your own, it is a huge joke. There was a time that the Nigerian police declared, their income? Yeah, it was declared, and Nigerians started asking questions that, please, how manage? What are you selling? Are you selling pepper? Or you are selling granuts? How manage? Where did you get this money from that you are disclosing your income to us? What we should be getting from you is the budget that has been given to you and how the money was spent. Not that you will now sit down and be telling us that this is your income. Please, how did you come about that money? Which in fact means that these bosses, these police people, even up until the topmost person in the police force, they know about how it goes. They know that these police stations are being run from the money they collect on the street. That 50 naira, that 100 naira, they report that money back to the office. And that is what they use to run the office. That is what they use. Imagine, how do you even fuel the police vehicle? No wonder when you get to police station, they will tell you that bring money for us to fuel the vehicle so that we can go and arrest the person you are reporting, so that we can go and get the person. They will ask you for fuel money to fuel their vehicles. They will even ask you to drop money to write statements. If you want to write statements, you have to pay for the stationaries that you are going to use. You have to pay for every single thing for them to be able to carry out their job, because the government themselves have refused to provide adequate, resources for them to carry out the job. So an average policeman, what do you now expect from them? Do you expect them to use their salary to run the police station? Of course not. They are not going to do that, which is why there's the prevalence of corruption and collecting 50 naira on the street, on the road, everywhere that you see them. And they are busy saying that corruption is going to end in this country, when the government are not even doing their job. The bosses on top, they don't cut the budget into two. They are only using one half to do the work, and the other half is in their pockets. How do you expect efficiency? How? Tell me. This is where I'm going to be drawing the curtain for now, guys. I will see you all in my next video. Thank you very much for always watching. Bye for now.